Hello, welcome. My name is Wycliffe Nyatwanga. I am a teacher from Kenya. I am a teacher of science, teaching grade 6 to grade 12. I started teaching in the year 2023. So far, I have 4 years of teaching experience. My hobbies and interests are reading and also playing volleyball. In my class, I use a variety of teaching strategies. But the two main teaching strategies that I normally use, number one is inquiry-based learning. This method enables students to take ownership of their education. The second method that I use is differentiation. I use differentiation to cater for diverse needs of students. For example, I group students according to their capabilities, and that is their weakness and their strengths. This enables students to learn from each other and also have confidence to explain various concepts to each other. This enables them to grasp the concept very easily. In my school, I have been training volleyball for the last 3 years. Last year, we reached the regionals, that is the Nyanza regionals, and that is the highest level our school has ever managed. Last year, we made an history, being the first time our school participated in the regional games. In my class, when one of my students becomes noisy or non-attentive, I use various restorative measures such as clapping to draw the attention of the students. I can also move closer to the student so that he can get back into the class. I also praise good behavior, or I can praise a student who is next and behaving well, listening or following instructions. The other thing I can do also is moving closer to the students to draw his or her attention back to class. What motivated me to become a teacher of science is my high school science teacher, Mr. Zablon. He used to break down complex science concepts into smaller, simpler, and manageable tasks. I used to enjoy his lessons. This motivated me that one day I will also become a science teacher, and I will also do the same to ensure that the students or learners, they love science and they are able to pass it. Subjects I have taught include science, that is from grade 6 to 9, and I have also taught biology from grade 10 to 12, and also chemistry from grade 10 to 12. I prepare to teach my lesson by first doing research on the unit that I will be tackling. I will also gather the materials needed for that unit. My lesson plan includes the following. Number one is clear objectives that are aligned with the state standards. Number two, it is engaging introduction. It has engaging introduction. Number three, instructional strategies. It also includes assessment and evaluation. and also it has a conclusion. When somebody enters my classroom, what he or she will be able to see is some students will be in groups presenting a project. Other students will be doing hands-on activities such as making or constructing a diamond structure, which is a tetrahedron. Other students will be discussing in small groups of 3 or 2, and also I will be also guiding other students who may be stuck somewhere in a particular concept. I use various methods to evaluate my students. The methods are not limited to giving quizzes, observation, classroom engagement. I also use standardized tests that's according to the state's guidelines. I also give assignments which I will use to measure the level of each and every student. In my class, I incorporate technology by use of gamification platforms such as Kahoot, Mentimeter, Nearboard. These gamification platforms, they give me instant feedback from the students. I use the information to know the areas to reteach and areas where learners have a challenge to tackle. I also use a Google Classroom where I create a Google Class and students can join from their comfort. Even if when they are home, they can join the Google Classroom, do the assignment, and then I can also mark it also, comment, and they will receive it in their homes. The smart board. I use the smart boards in day out activities in our school. Smartboard is a part of our instructional tool. Last year, I encountered a very difficult problem in my school which I had to deal with. One of my parents came to school very bitter, uttering insults to me because his child was performing below expectation. The parent was so bitter. I requested him to calm down so that we can have a conversation that will help the child. Luckily, the parent accepted to calm down and also to have a conversation. I brought the assessment books and also the behavior record of the student. We perused through the behavior records and the assessment records of the child, and the parent agreed also to cooperate to make a conducive environment at home for the student so that he can have a humble time for doing the assignments. And also we agreed together with the parent to make a follow-up for the students to be given extra assignments to keep him more busy at home. Last week, I was handling the microscope and the functions of the various parts of the microscope. My student looked disengaged, tired, and disinterested. I changed the tactic by asking them to accompany me into the laboratory so that we can carry our lesson from the laboratory. In the laboratory, I gave them the microscopes in a group of 2. 2 students per microscope. When I handled that topic, the students were active, they were engaged, they were discussing the various parts of the microscope, their functions, and the uses of the microscope. So this made me to understand that students, they gain more when they see what they are learning about, when they touch, they feel, and they see what they are learning.